Hello, and welcome to A Song in the Heart. Thank you for joining us. We are part of the Sirens Battle of the Bards Kickstarter, and my name is Jonathan, and you can normally find me over on the Dungeon Drunks podcast playing Jonathan the Match Muscular. But today I'm here, and we're going to be here with you for a few weeks and doing this silly little game. And I have gathered here a great number of players who I'm excited to introduce you to and play our little game. Before we get to that, though, we have some announcements, and we just wanted to say be sure to check out Poison Tulips' new episode. They are another show that premiered last week, and they are airing live Saturday at 1 p.m. Pacific time, right here on twitch.tv/Gilding Light. The Sirens Battle of the Bards Kickstarter that I mentioned before launched yesterday and is, from what
Yay.
I understand, already fully funded. But that shouldn't stop you. Go ahead and go get on one of the tiers, get you some stuff, and check out the Kickstarter link for more info. And also be sure and follow Apotheosis Studios on social media and join their Discord. It's a fantastic partnership, and we're really excited because this is all happening super fast. It's super awesome that Satine's book has gotten where it is. And now I am babbling. We will go ahead and hand it off to our players here. I can't see the overlay, so I don't know what order people are in there. And I forgot. I had looked at it earlier, and so I don't remember. So we're going to go from my left to my right on my Zoom call here. And we're going to start with Brianna. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Hi guys, I'm Utahime. Many of you guys know me as Utahime Cosplay on social media. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, here on Twitch. I'm a cosplayer and streamer, and you can also find me on Twitter at Brianna DeCoster. Today I will be playing Dia Guha, who is inspired by my close friend Priya, and also to just our background in Bollywood and classical Indian dance. And I'm really excited to be playing a special bard subclass from my friends at Dragon Rock RPG design for this game. She's a half high elf, Pally Oath Vengeance, and the bard subclass I mentioned is College of Grace. She is the heir to the throne of the Mustari Kingdom, and she's been traveling on some diplomatic missions to try to prepare for her duties as ruler, future ruler. However, she's still wanting to learn more about other cultures, especially dance and music. So she's been a little bit distracted lately because she's been kind of exploring the cities where she should be working. She's known definitely for being very well dressed and respectable, but our kingdom is known for having zero tolerance when it comes to people who are criminals and evildoers. You don't want to cross her path if you are a bad guy or gal. Let's just put it at that.
All right. Thank you, Dahime. Next is Jen. Go ahead and introduce yourself and a little bit about your character.
Hi, I'm Jen. I'm Low Zelda around the internet, and today I'm playing Opal. She's a fire genasi, a college of eloquence. Uh, Knows everybody who's everybody around town. Can definitely get you hooked up with whatever it is you're looking for, above board or not. She doesn't want to get involved in it. No judgment, but she'll help you out. She's the youngest of five siblings. They're all older brothers, but mama's little girl could never do any wrong. So she is here to just have a good time and make sure everybody stays safe.
Thank you. Next, we have Deangelo. Go ahead. Introduce your guy.
Yeah, my name is Deangelo Morio, and I'm a tabletop RPG performer and a writer and everything like that. Twitch streamer as well. And today I'll be playing Hector Domingo, who is a mariachi, essentially, who's a bard. And unlike Utahime's character, Daya, he is a criminal. And and like not an evil doer, but there's some moral gray aspects where he is definitely that person that has so much potential, but his flaws and self-esteem issues keep him back, and he goes and slips into that, like, too much drinking, too much women or men, and like all that sort of stuff. So he's pretty much there to have a good time and help out the homies and everything while he tries to figure out his life. And I'm super stoked to be here.
All right. Thank you so much. Next, we have Vicki. Go ahead and tell us a little bit about your character.
Hi there, my name is Vicki. I don't have a Twitch stream to plug, but I am Glitter Havoc on Twitter. If you wanted to find me and hang out. I am playing Karis Lighthoof. She is a bard, obviously satyr, also a barbarian as well, because she likes to have her revels and she enjoys her mead and she enjoys dancing with her friends. However, she is not one that you want to cross. Do not start a bar fight with this satyr. She will come for you.
All right. Thank you, Vicky. Finally, we have Sean. Go ahead and introduce your character for us.
Hi, I'm Sean Gorecki. I am the blind guy on the stream. Um, represent. I'm a bard in real life. I've been playing the ukulele for about 9 months. Beatbox, sing, do a cappella stuff. That's kind of my jam. And I am playing Lyric Arihinu. He's a half-elf College of Whispers bard. Also a criminal background, but he's been trying to put that all behind him, and he's just kind of personifying kind of the old soul, just kind of making people happy, making people smile, just kind of this gruff sort of gentle guy that is a little too free with coin. And that's Lyric.
All right.
At DonutDude777 on Twitter.
Thank you. All right. So everyone knows Waterdeep. Waterdeep has been everywhere in D&D stories. But if you go a little bit further inland, you'll start to see some more interesting places. In fact, if you were to go northeast of Waterdeep along the Gold Road, you might run into a town called Yartar. And that is where we are located today. Yartar is unique in that it's a town that is not as big as you would expect. It is a walled city on the confluence of two rivers with a major road going right through it. So it is a place where a lot of trade comes in, a lot of people come in, and a lot of stories come in. And this is one of those stories. So there is a tavern in Yartar called the Coin Toss, and it is unique in that there is a helmet behind the bar, and if you happen to flip a coin through it, one of the eye slits in that helmet, you get a free drink. And it is run by a former fighter, and it is the meeting place for this motley crew of bards, all bards, weirdly enough. But that's what was asked for. You guys all have met here at the behest of an advertisement. Most of you saw, and I say most of you, and we'll get to why I said most in just a second, saw a call for adventurers, and especially for bards. And that is what has brought you all into the Coin Toss in today. All of you have seen this ad, and all of you have shown up at the appointed time to see what is going on and see how well this venture pays and what exactly you guys have to do. So I know that probably Opal and Charis and Karis and
Yes.
Hector are probably Lyric are all already in the bar. Why don't you, starting with Hector, go ahead and let us know what we see when we see Hector sitting there in the coin toss.
So when it comes to the actual coin toss and everything, first off, Hector is like nursing his like hangover that he had from the night before after like performing, getting into shenanigans and all kind of stuff. So he's probably seeing double at this point. If you want to give me disadvantage, that's totally cool. Am I participating in the actual coin toss right now?
Sure, if you'd like to.
Okay.
Go ahead and make a dexterity check at disadvantage.
Okay, dexterity check. All right, let me do that really quick. Natural 20, so 23. So
you rolled two natural 20s.
Oh, I'm so sorry. You're right, disadvantage. He's like, wait a second, hold on. Oh,
I'm
this
like,
is more appropriate.
It happens.
5.
It has happened.
5.
Okay, 5. All right, you flip. You are sitting there. You've got some company around that we will illuminate here in just a second. You flip one of your coppers up towards the helmet, and it clangs right off the nose piece. One of the bar patrons is like, before turning right back to his drink and story to a couple of elves off to his side. And joining Hector, I would imagine, is a conspicuous fire ganassi. Opal, why don't you go ahead and describe what we see?
She's sitting very nearby, like probably at the same table, like feet kicked up, kind of giggles when he does that. Hector, darling, you need to drink more water before you start doing some of that again.
Everything's so loud as he like nurses his temples and sips some water.
You knew what you were signing up for. You knew we were meeting here at this point. I am proud of you that I did not have to come bail you out last night. I will give you that. I will give you that. But oh, sweetheart, we got to talk about this. You got your whole life ahead of you. You need to take care of yourself a little bit more.
I know. I promise I'll do better.
I'm sure
yeah.
not too far away there is a satyr also socializing with y'all.
Sitting nearby, I have an array of mugs and cups in front of me, all with varying levels of liquid left in them. Probably pilfered them from other people.
Oh my
maybe
God,
took
you're
a
one
couple.
of those.
Yeah, well,
I'm not going to say that I have multiple drinks sitting right here, but I know, I see you.
Well, mine is with a purpose, see, because I like to drum on things. Everything makes a drumming sound or a xylophone sound. So I am giving a lovely drum roll to everybody who comes up and tries to toss a coin into the helmets.
I'm sure Hector's hangover loves that that's happening.
I am literally
yeah.
doing it to provoke Hector's hangover. Very, very clearly. Every time I do it, I'm giving him a little smirk.
And one of the bartenders who's bringing y'all your next round looks up and Dia, have you made your entrance, or are you already there?
No, so basically, what everyone inside of the establishment would hear is like the drumming, like a really awesome percussion beat, along with some horns as well. Basically, from a distance, if anyone were to look out the window to try to figure out where this music was coming from, would see Dia, of course, this half high elf, very like just sitting upright on top of her tiger steed, large tiger steed, heading towards the coin toss. So you see this tiger that's actually an odd color because it's almost like a golden tone to its fur. And the tiger's name is Parvati. Just want to make a note of that. She's wearing gold and red garments. You see her with really beautiful bejeweled bangles. She's wearing gold and ruby jewelry, and you also too see where it's almost like a little bit of that Beyonce fan going, like you're like, where is this air going? Where you see the fabrics and the hair flowing behind her, and she's approaching the coin toss. And then, is there anyone in the area once basically her and Parvati approach?
There's a few folks hanging out outside of the inn, and as soon as they see the tiger, they make tracks. I think we're gonna find another place to drink today, and they're just gone.
Oh,
They see the tiger.
excuse me. Oh,
No, sorry,
Parvati's really kind, I
yes,
promise.
no,
Hector-
sorry, I'm gone. Bye.
Oh.
Hector kind of looks to Opal and be like, I knew I was drunk, but I didn't know I was high. And then as I look over to like Dia on her tiger, like prancing through the tavern.
And then Dia basically gets down on the side of Parvati, and she's like, try not to scare anyone else, girl. And then she goes into the establishment. I don't know if anyone's holding the door or anything like that, or they're kind of just like, whoa.
It's one of those, it's got saloon doors, and so
Oh,
you just
perfect.
kind of pop in.
Yes.
The
Of course,
entire-
dramatic, like basically you still hear the drumming and you see like basically her hair blowing in the wind, and she's trying to look for Hector.
What you see when you enter the coin toss is an entire bar staring at you. Every person in the establishment is looking at you. You hear a glass break, and there's a beat of absolute silence. And then everyone goes back to what they were doing. And you see Hector clearly not having a good day.
Yeah, and then I blinked twice and I was like, oh wait, I know that tiger woman. And then I like get up and like raise my hand and like obnoxiously sort of I have my giant like huge wide brim hat and like wave it around to get her attention. How far away are we? Because this would be awkward if we were like 5 feet away.
I really hope it's
You guys
like 10
are
feet.
yeah, like it's 15, 20 feet away. You know, you're kind of in the center of the establishment, and Daya has come in. It's one of those deals where it's like the saloon doors are in the corner of the place. So she comes in, and as soon as the hustle and bustle kind of starts again, she's able to see you guys. And
Oh, cool. I'm on my phone now because we had a power outage block wide. everywhere.
oh no.
So-
No.
Some of you
The
guys
re-
have storms. I'm in LA and we got the power outage.
Oh
God.
no.
The
The
struggle
the
is real.
realities of streaming here, folks.
Right?
Yeah.
Well,
so-
as Hector gets up, he passes another member of your party there at the same table. And Lyric, why don't you go ahead and describe what we see as Hector goes to greet Dia?
Okay. Well, Lyric is a fairly slight half elf. He's got long black hair with kind of blue streaks in it. His eyes are pretty piercingly blue with some silver specks. He's kind of got this tan, almost like out in the sun, sort of a lot, sort of look to him. And he's just got this this ukulele in his lap. It's just he's just kind of strumming and humming to himself.
And finally, there is one more person who has sort of joined your group, and they sit down, and they're not really at your table, but they are in your vicinity, and they have a pristine lute on their back as well as a short sword on their side. And as their coat opens up, you can see an array of daggers going across their chest. And he introduces himself as Victor Cross, proficient bard, of course. And I have also answered this advertisement. It seems some of you from around here and others, and he looks straight at Dia, are not.
Oh, of course not. Were you referring to me? I'm from the southernmost kingdom, Mustari. Have you heard of it?
I'm afraid I'm not. It sounds absolutely exciting.
And
it is.
Hector steps forward and be like, I can absolutely vouch for her. She's good people. Her and her tiger. As I like gently, slowly put my hand towards the head of the tiger to see if it'll bite it off.
At this point, even though you had instructed your tiger to wait outside, it has quietly made itself way to the table and is sitting there, behaving, but still a tiger.
Eric is gonna just toss a little bit of food in front of the tiger and then go back to strumming.
May I ask what it was that you just handed to Pavarti?
Oh, just a little bit of roast meat. I hope that's okay.
Okay, as long as it's the finest grade of meat. You know, her stomach is very sensitive. She is used to a certain quality of meat, so I just want to make sure that it's, the right kind.
Oh, of course. Barkeep.
Yeah.
I'd like to purchase the finest meat that you have, please, for this fine beast here.
Oh, Pavarti.
Pavarti, thank you.
Sure. I can. Yeah. We got beef. It's fresh. I think I'll bring you some of that.
Do.
You just put some like bacon grease in it, and that'd probably be good.
Sure.
And I'll put 5 gold on the table for him.
As soon as you do that, the barkeep scoops up the gold and right away, sir, and just like hurries back.
Thank you so much. I'm so sorry. How rude of me. I am Dia Guha. I don't know if you're familiar, but I am the heir to the Mustari Kingdom, and I'm here on diplomatic matters, but my friend Hector, my new friend Hector here, told me that it might be something going on that I might be interested in here. It seems like everyone got some type of notice or something or the other.
Yeah, that seems like it. No, I haven't heard of your kingdom, but I'd like to learn more about it. That's great.
Opal, this is the person I was telling you about. She can dance like no other person I've seen.
Oh,
We're gonna make so
stop
many tips
it.
with her.
Oh, a
Oh,
dancer.
wonderful.
All right. I was like, as soon as she said my new friend Hector, like eyebrows up, just kind of okay.
Yes, I heard him playing his music, and I was just mesmerized. Everyone just stopped around him, and people were dancing and smiling, and it's exactly what I've been trying to do. Well, my technically, I'm supposed to be, as I mentioned before, here working on kingdom
Sweetheart, you don't
duties,
have to
but
explain anything to me. You're good. You're
yes,
good. You're here to dance. I'm
but
down.
I'm
Friend
yes.
of Hector's friend of mine.
Do you play music? Are you a dancer as well?
Oh no, I'm more of the face and the sweet talker of our little pairing.
She's the manager. She does good work. It's
Oh,
pretty
she's
dope.
your manager. Oh, well, that's very. I know that it probably keeps you very busy. He seems like
Oh,
he's constantly working. He's always around on different
Only good things, never any
corners.
bad things, right, Opal?
Yes.
right. You are just nothing but an angel and just working. Yep, always working.
He mentioned he's
Yeah,
working on a
I haven't had to
single,
bail
I
him out of
think.
I haven't had to bail him out of jail in at least a few weeks.
Jail.
Oh, is
Wait,
that a
you were
common
in prison?
occurrence for that's a common occurrence for you?
It's all
Lot?
just a misunderstanding. People, like you said, he plays music and everybody gets mesmerized and wants to dance. And when there's a bunch of drunk people dancing, they bump into each other and then they get real upset
Oh,
about it. And it just turns into
okay.
a whole thing. It's
I understand.
fine. Yeah, it's no big deal. Hector is nothing but the sweetest, kindest, most legally behaving individual right here.
Victor leans over to Karis and says, "It doesn't appear that you believe them." It says that very quietly.
It doesn't help that Karis is clearly stifling laughter.
Right. As this conversation continues and you all get to know each other, about an hour later, after since Dia made her grand entrance, you notice a new patron come into the bar, and this patron is very different than the people you've seen coming in and out. They are tall, right around 6 feet in height. They are wearing a cloak and a hood, but let's see who's passive. Let's see. Dia and Hector actually, even though this person is wearing a hood and clearly trying to hide their features a bit, they appear to be a warforged.
Are Warforged common in this area, or are they pretty rare?
They are pretty rare. Everyone, go ahead and make a history check for me, and let's see what you guys know about warforges.
That is a dirty 20 for Dia.
Dirty 20, Dia.
23.
18.
16.
15.
And 15. Okay. So Hector and Karis, you guys are aware of warforges. You being bards, you guys trade in stories, and you've definitely heard about machines from beyond that are actually people, and they have personalities and everything. They are effectively people, but just robots, kind of. Everyone else knows a little bit more. You know that they are not native to Faerun. They actually have made their way through planar travels from places like Eberron and Mechanus and other more technically inclined planes. And they have become more and more common throughout the lands, but still not a site that you see very often, especially out here in Yartar. If you were in, say, Neverwinter or Waterdeep, you might see a Warforged every once in a while, but you had not seen one in your time in Yartar. This being enters the room and starts looking around, and then immediately focuses on your table. And without removing their hood, comes up and says, "Y'all are here for the work that was constricted by one Billy Bo Ba Boom."
Dia turns to Hector. Is that why you invited me here?
Yes, for Bitty Bitty Bum Bum. That's exactly what I'm here for.
Okay. Yes, for Mr. Bitty Bum Bum.
Billy Bo Ba Boom. He actually, you can refer to him as Billy. That's fine. If you will accompany me, we will go over to his residence and workshop, and he will fill you in on what he is interested in y'all doing. And as you leave, they don't remove their hood. They keep their hood up and escort you out of the coin toss. You start heading out of the city, and Yartar is a walled city. It is on the corner of these rivers, and it is designed to be secure. What hasn't helped is that there has been a lot of people. It is a crowded city, so the residents and sort of sprawl has kind of extended outside of the walls on the north side of the city, where the road continues to. I've got a map here. I should know this. To Everlund and Silvery Moon. So that the north side of the city is not where any of the rivers are. And you note that you were heading along the River Desari, and you pass the docks that are within the walls. And as you head outside of the northeast, the main northeast gate, you notice that you are heading down a road. And as you make your way from the walls, the buildings closer to the walls seem more established. They're more permanent buildings that have just been built outside the wall to accommodate all the new people coming in. As you start leaving the walls and getting further away, the buildings become a bit more temporary. They start becoming less stone and stucco and wood, and more just like wooden huts. And then eventually getting to the edge of these sort of overflow settlements, tents and such. But you do notice that going down towards the water, towards the river, it looks like there is a set of abandoned docks that were once built outside the city walls to kind of help establish and mitigate some of the trade that was coming in. And anyone who has spent a good deal of time in Yartar knows that these docks were abandoned because they were not as secure. And 20 or 30 years ago, there was a big Knoll attack, and a lot of stuff was damaged, including these docks. And because they are a bit less secure, no one has really gone to use them again. Except as you start walking down off the main road in a path going towards these old abandoned docks, you do notice that there is a large warehouse that, even though it's not in great shape, it's not totally dilapidated. It actually seems to be standing on its own, and in fact, has a fence around it. A large iron fence with at every intervals these silver bulbs that are very strange, that are on top of some of the fence posts. You all also notice that there seems to be a pretty good squirrel population in this area. Every once in a while, you will see a squirrel as you're walking run up to this person that has been escorting you, and this person will sometimes stop and give the squirrel a little treat. The squirrel will almost swear it nods before it grabs the treat and runs away.
While this is happening, Dia's basically trying to get Pavarti to focus. No, they are not food. Do not eat the squirrels.
As soon as they see Pavarti, some of the squirrels will just go up the fence and just stand on the fence and watch.
I kind of lean towards the tiger, towards Pavarti, and go, I mean, they can be food. Yeah.
Squirrels are pretty good, especially.
Don't tell Parvati that. She will take it literally. Trust. I've learned the hard way.
As you approach this fenced warehouse, the person introduces themselves. I'm terribly sorry. My name is Michael, and I am. Uh, well, I think it would be better if my father told you what was happening. And they go up to a gate in the fence, and they put their hand, and it's clearly a mechanical hand, up to a metal plate on the gate, and it opens up. Uh, Victor has been sort of walking with you as well. This dapper looking lithe human with a pristine loot on his back. And let's see here. You guys enter the warehouse, and through the gate and through the front doors of the warehouse. Let me just bring something up here for me. My bad. Sorry, guys. I had this all written down.
With my passive perception of 18, how good looking is this person? Does he seem like he's more attractive?
He's really good looking.
Oof. All right.
He's
Already.
he's a pretty good looking human, and he definitely gives off an aloof but amiable vibe. To your 18.
Is Hector attracted to or intimidated by this level of
I think-
handsomeness?
Both?
Are those mutually exclusive?
Yeah.
Both? Yeah.
Are you scaroused? Like, where
Both is
are
good.
we?
It's one of those things where he's like, if he sees
Aroused is a word I'm now adding to my vernacular here.
You're
if
welcome.
he sees a musician that he's never met before, he's like, oh, I gotta size this up. We gotta see who's the true like musician here. And for Charis and Lyric, are we all homies? Like, are we all musicians that have played before together? And
Yes.
like, okay,
I
perfect.
think
Yeah.
so.
All right, cool.
So Michael opens up the gate and lets everyone inside the sort of the yard as they use a similar metal plate to open the door to the warehouse, and the door swings open, and it appears when you enter the warehouse, it's very strange. The warehouse is mostly open air. It's a giant open building, but seems to be divided into several areas by curtains hanging from the rafters or by 6-foot walls that seem to be arranged for to sort of make the illusion of different rooms. The structure appears to be upgraded. You would have expected a dilapidated warehouse, as it looked from the outside, to be just as dilapidated on the inside, and it's not. It's actually pretty nice. The load-bearing structures are all look to be reinforced. The rafters and the ceiling look to have been repaired and made to sort of accommodate a lot of structural improvements. The ceiling is clean, but you do notice more squirrels running around the rafters. Some of them are wearing tool belts. And you see them scurrying along the rafters or on top of these movable walls. You even see one as you enter the space you have come into. It looks to be some sort of reception, sort of living area. There are several plush chairs that are kind of arranged in a circle around a central, what can be described as a coffee table. And as Michael brings you in and you see all of this, off to the right, there is an area that looks like it's been curtained off, but the curtain is currently a little bit open. And you can definitely see a squirrel will sometimes run in there, and you can see that it is probably some sort of lab or workshop area. As your vision sort of goes to the back of this warehouse, you see that it also has what appears to be a library with tables, and you can actually see figures at these tables reading books. And then even further back, you see what can only be described as a playground. It's got uneven bars, monkey bars, a jungle gym, and you do see some figures that seem to be exercising, balancing on this equipment. And as you were sort of taking this in, you see a gnome emerge from the curtain that is immediately to your right, and they are clearly an older gnome. Their mop of sort of curly hair has a lot of gray in it. Their beard is gray. They appear to be wearing work clothes and a leather apron. Although Hector, you definitely see that. Let me see. Yeah, Hector would see that as this gnome moves, and you can his sleeves sort of pull back from his arms. He definitely has something under that he's wearing underneath, and
Tattoo or like clothing?
armor almost.
Oh, okay.
It looks like it has lights running down it too.
Fancy.
I'm gonna like lean over to Dia or is it Dia or Dia?
Yeah.
Dia? Okay. I lean over to Dia and be like, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know where we are. We're like might be in the ghetto. Things might pop off. Do you like have a weapon that you defend
Oh,
yourself?
of course. And then you'll see where she goes to reach for her bag that's attached to Parvati, and she pulls out a scimitar that has like a golden hilt with rubies encrusted on the hilt, and she puts it at her side. And then on the other side, she reaches and she has a golden trident that she then puts at her side. Will this be enough?
He kind of like looks down to his equipment, which is like a super like generic brand like sword that's like super discount. He's like, yeah, I think that'll be enough. Okay, just wanted to like make sure. And then look over to
Are we fighting evildoers?
I don't know. Every new gig, we don't know what we're gonna do. So I guess we're just at Opal. Are we gonna fight evildoers?
It's always a possibility. It's good to be prepared. You look very prepared. You just be ready in case.
I feel like is it Karis? Karis?
Yes, Karis.
Karis. I feel like I can tell that you're a fighter. I can see it in your heart. It just shines out through you.
Do I wear my heart on my sleeve? I do. I do. And I am a fighter. When I have to. It's not my first choice, but I can.
I think that we'll get along. I feel the same. I don't like to have to handle things, as they say, but if I have to, then it must be done.
By the way, I love your tiger. Great tiger.
And the doors you walk in are actually double doors that could allow for a large creature. It's almost as if he has experience with large creatures before. So so Pavarti had absolutely no trouble entering the space. At this point, Michael has entered your huddle on the side and whispers to Karis, is it painful to wear your heart on your sleeve?
It's a metaphor. It's like when you imagine something and then you put words to it so that it says how you feel. But my heart's on the inside. It's okay. We're good.
It's definitely better there. And removes himself from the from the huddle. And
I will protect Michael at all costs. He's too precious.
And they immediately they sort of go over to this gnome that has entered the room and kind of stands sort of obediently behind him, and the gnome sort of like has his work cloth that he's kind of cleaning up his hands, and he hands his cloth to a waiting squirrel. Yeah, but could you take care of that? Thank you. Be doll. Thank you. Well, welcome. Thank you for responding to my ad. I am Billy Bobabu. You may call me Billy if you like. Welcome to my home and workshop. Wow, I didn't really expect to get this kind of response. So thank you all for coming and seeing and listening to my proposal that I have for you.
When you have the kind of reputation that you do, it's kind of hard to not be curious.
And to illuminate on that, all of you, or actually, Dia may not know this, not being from around here, but the rest of you who have at least adventured around Yartar or on the Sword Coast in general, you know that Billy Boba Boom has a bit of a reputation as an artificer. And as you think about it, Hector, the fact that you saw a mechanical suit under his clothes sort of makes a little more sense now. You had never seen one of those before in person, but now having seen it, you're like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Um, you know that he had adventured far and wide. He had actually gotten famous for some adventures in Barovia before finding his way back to Faerun and the Sword Coast. And you heard that he had been to other places, and he had amassed quite a fortune, and was big on the Sword Coast, but it then sort of kind of gone a little bit on the down low, and no one had really seen him in Neverwinter or Waterdeep for a while. He had sort of gotten off the map. And when that was one reason why this job was interesting, because Billy Boba Boom was apparently in Yartar, which is weird. But he says, well, welcome. I didn't really know how to do this. It has been a while. Sit down. I'll tell you what I have what I have in mind for you to help me out with.
Dia turns to Lyric, who seems to be kind of. It seemed like I think you mentioned, Lyric, that you were looking towards the raft, where the squirrels were, or something.
Yeah, I was about to say that I was just looking at the squirrels and looking at the lights, and was tempted to ask about productions, see if they offer lightings for shows.
Oh, that's so smart to ask that, especially if you're helping Hector, and it seems like your manager is really on top of things.
Yeah,
Oh,
she's great.
a light display. Well, I do believe we could probably put something together. After on completion of this job, we will definitely have to have a conversation. We dabble in many technologies here, although our focus has been, well, focused over the last 15 years or so.
That sounds vaguely threatening. What are you talking about?
No. So, and you see him. He sort of, as he starts telling this story, you see he had been happy and very very glad to see people in his space. You definitely get the sense that he is welcoming, if not a little bit awkward, because he just hasn't had people here in a long time. But he sort of starts this story. Well, as you may know, I adventured in a place called Barovia. Horrible place. Very glad to get out of there. I actually used to have magical abilities of my own, but they were lost at the hands of several vampires. I hate vampires, but I made it a positive. I decided to use my knowledge and my artistry to create magical effects with technology. And at this point, he shows his sleeve, and you see a mechanism that can feed small orbs to his hand. It's like, I could no longer throw a firebolt, but now I can throw a fire grenade. And this served me quite well when I was adventuring, especially with my friends.
What's a grenade?
I would demonstrate, but not in my home.
Karis is very skeptical of this.
If you've seen a wizard cast a spell that explodes, it's sort of like that, except not a spell.
Not a spell.
Interesting.
Yes, it is.
You make things explode with not a spell?
Billy Bo Bob Boom.
That would
It
make
makes
sense.
sense
Your
now.
name.
Yeah.
Yep.
Has that always been your name? Did you just lean into it, or did you come up with that after the whole grenade thing?
Well, in my youth, I carried several weapons of various types and makes. All of them exploded, and I'm I'm actually of the Keebler family. My given name is William Beauregard Robert Keebler the fourth. People think we're
Now,
elves, but we're really
that
gnomes.
the name sounds familiar. Your family isn't in baked goods as far as trading, or
That
Specifically,
is,
baked goods and trees.
Hmm.
let me. It takes a gnomish ingenuity not to bake in trees and not burn it down.
Mhm.
And
All right.
question, for the squirrels, do we know if they are like brainwashed or actually like little robots?
Oh no. They are. Are you asking this, or are you just trying to figure it out on
Asking the
your own?
DM, yeah.
Okay. You from your interactions with the squirrels, and as you have entered this space, the interactions have increased. As far as you can tell, these are squirrels.
Okay, they just seem to be squirrels. Okay, yeah.
They seem to just really like Billy and really and understand him when he talks to them.
I kind of lean into Lyric and under my breath in a hushed tone be like, I'm telling you, Lyric, my theory is that squirrels aren't real. They're just tools of the government to monitor us are true. Look at this. And then is like kind of like motion around. But then like quickly flash a smile towards Billy, just to make sure that he doesn't notice.
And Lyric will just smile and say, "So, how'd you convince them to wear those little tool belts?"
Oh well, they made their own tools. They want to be helpful, so they find that they are better able to craft tools of their own design. I do help and I do offer suggestions to them. Sometimes they don't listen. Um,
Hector, I
I
think you're right.
my my first companion was a good boy named Chipper, and he lasted as long as a squirrel could. But fortunately, he had a family, and now that family lives with me. And
Shoot a hand up. Like she just really has a question all of
yes,
a sudden. Okay, so I know that we don't even know what we're doing yet, but if we do whatever you want us to do we get a squirrel companion? Can I have a squirrel companion?
well, that
Opal,
would
can
be up
you
to the squirrel.
Opal, can you negotiate for a squirrel companion, please?
Yeah,
We'll work on it. Let's find out what the job is, and then
tiny
we'll
tool
figure
belts.
we'll figure out the terms and conditions. All right, it's
Okay, but tiny tool belts.
okay. Yep.
Okay.
You want a squirrel? Got it. I have it written down.
Karis, one of the squirrels going into the workshop area has a hard hat.
A tiny hard hat. Did you see? I start smacking whoever's closest to me. Look.
It's Victor, and he's like,
Ow, ow.
"Stop, please! I don't know you that well."
They're cute until the uprising, and they just kind of like
Is
suspiciously eye
is it
everyone.
common for squirrels to do manual labor? Is that something that is common in this area?
Oh, around me they do. See, I am a forest gnome, so I have some abilities to communicate with woodland creatures. And it seemed like whenever
Well,
I
I'm
talked
hoping
to,
that you're paying them a good salary. They seem like they're hard at work.
oh, absolutely, they live here among me. I consider them my family, and if they receive their share of nuts and whatever they ask for. They're simple creatures, and I give them whatever they want.
That's
Do
excellent.
any of them have musical talent? Maybe a trio.
I'll ask. They do make a ruckus whenever they're banging away at one of our projects. So maybe they're percussionists. I don't know.
Lyric
I-
glances at Karis.
Can I weird sentence? Can I like insight check if this guy's off his rocker or if he is legitimately
Go
like
ahead
those
and
squirrels are my
go ahead and
family
make an
and,
insight check.
and he genuinely takes good care of them and he's not just trying to get us to stop asking questions about the squirrels. I know nothing. He seems very honest.
Yeah. As far as you can tell.
I have a
You
passive
do
insight.
know-
Oh, yeah, go for it.
Natural one.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Get it out of the way now. Get it out of the way now
Exactly.
about the
Get it
squirrels.
out of your
It's
system.
fine. Yeah.
Just as a little break, for those of you watching this stream, you may notice that hopefully there's a graphic for donations. So if you donate a certain amount of bits and specify who this donation is for, you can give any one of our players advantage on any future rolls. This is actually a good time to make this plug. So
I
if you don't
I feel really attacked right now. I don't
if
appreciate
you
it.
don't want Opal to roll any more ones, go ahead and give an amount of bits, and she might receive her very own inspiration die to be used later on. Of course, you can always donate to me, the DM. I'll make good use of the advantage. I promise I
Why
will.
would you want to?
There's also tiers for various healing potions in case we get into battle, and something that I like to call "What's in Your Pocket." If you give 1,500 bits to a specific player, they will roll on a table and discover a random magic item, common or uncommon consumables, and then a few other fun things that I threw in there. They will find that in their pocket immediately. So that's some of the things. That's some of the ways that you can interact with the game as the audience. Anyway,
Where did this pole arm get in my pocket?
there might be a staff or two in the table. Just saying.
Oh.
Perfect.
Anyway, so as Opal gives Billy the hairy eyeball and tries to determine if he is actually mistreating the squirrels, you do get the sense that the squirrels you seem are happy. You haven't heard any squirrels cries of distress. Squirrels are leaving and going as they do. Although there are a couple that seem to be hanging around Billy a little more than others, just kind of like sitting, maybe sitting on his shoulder, or then getting bored and going and sitting in his lap as he is sat down. So he continues this story and says, well, during my time in Barovia, I made some friends. Ashlyn, Nadia, Archie, and he seems kind of taken aback. But one in particular, his name was Tank. He was the first Warforged I ever met. He was spectacular. He was just a force. In battle, he was peerless. But he was a very gentle soul, and he had the mantle of Warforged just put upon him. And I thought that was unfortunate. There was so much more to Tank than just his battle prowess. He was a genuine friend, and I do miss him. But after we parted ways, I decided to look into Warforged and research them. And I went to Mechanus, I went to Eberron, where Warforged have come from, and studied their creation, their history. And after so long of death and violence, well, I wanted to bring something beautiful into the world. And so I bought some property here, and I started working on something that I think will be genuinely good, and something that I think will be special. Michael, why don't you show them what makes you special? And Michael, at this point, stands up, and they've taken off their cloak to reveal that they are the Warforged that you've seen tend to be armored, and they have armor plating, sometimes with accoutrement or robes. But Michael appears to be just in clothes. And as they undo their doublet and undo their shirt underneath, they reveal a set of pipes going through their chest and ending right above where their heart would be. And they then undo their sleeve, and you see tubing that kind of flows through their arm and ends in a small brass bell on their right palm. And they pull up their pants to reveal on their left thigh a set of strings and gears. It looks like Michael has a pipe organ, a small trombone, and a hurdy-gurdy built into them.
Have we ever seen this like mix of flesh and like
There's
machinery?
no flesh.
Okay,
it's
good.
just it's all machinery.
All machinery. Okay. Good.
And well, you've never seen a Warforged built like this. Michael seems to be a bit more delicate than other Warforged you've seen, and definitely so because of what they're made of. And Billy says that, you see, Michael is not a Warforged. They are Song Forged.
Song forged. What do you
Yes.
mean?
They are a being of music. And as Billy says this, you all take in the room a little. You look at some of the figures that you had seen at the library exercising. They are all like Michael, lithe and of various builds, Songforge, not Warforge. And you see a few of them have wheels instead of legs. You see that some of them are taller, shorter. You see now you kind of listen and you can vaguely hear music in the background. And you do see that several of these Songforge are practicing stringed instruments that they have built. One of them has it built into their chest, another into their arm, and they're kind of playing a string trio off the side very softly.
But are they attractive? Are they?
They're beautiful.
Damn it, Hector.
I actually do have. I'm working on a Songforge race sheet that that I will be sharing,
Fine.
and Billy is beaming. He looks so proud of Michael, and Billy
Quite
said,
magnificent.
"Oh, well, thank you."
How did you ever come up with such an idea? It's quite brilliant.
I, in my youth, built machines of war. My weapons, my implements. I even had a griffin for a little while. That was a companion. All of them were for violence. Now, don't get me wrong. My Songforged, they can hold their own in the scrap if the need be, but that is not that's not what they were here to do. They're here to spread beauty and music wherever they go. This is why I've brought all of you in. I have taught Michael everything that I can. They have, for 18 years, they've been rattling around this place. I've been teaching them, honing them to the best of my ability. But I feel like now Michael needs to see the world. And they have decided that they would like to pursue becoming a bard. That's why I called all of you. There is a new bard college, the College of New Olin, down in Waterdeep. It's the first bard college since the bardic instruments were created. And they have accepted Michael into their new class. Fortunately, well, not unfortunately, Michael's siblings they require my attention. They are not to the level that Michael is at. So I would like you to escort Michael down to their class in Waterdeep and show them the world. They have only seen the parts of Yartar and this and then my warehouse. They have not seen the outside world, and I think they would appreciate a trip with some established bots. And Michael is sort of nodding, like, yes, I would very much like to join y'all. I'm so excited. It's my very first adventure.
I like turn to Opal and be like, listen, I just want to say I'm sorry for all those times I had hangovers and like got arrested. Please don't replace me with the Songforge. I can still perform music pretty well. Like,
Look, all options are always on the table, Hector, sweetheart. You know that.
he like has an existential crisis as he kind of like thinks about everything.
Just think, Hector, having one being that can play 3 different instruments at once, though, could be a great backup band, right?
And then, so what all are we? Lyric's a half elf, right?
Yes.
Okay. And then what is, and then you're a satyr for Karis?
Yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
And then Opal, what are you?
Fire Genasi.
Fire Genasi? Okay. Yeah, and I'm a dragonborn, a green dragon. And then, Dea, you're an elf or half elf?
Half elf, right?
Half elf? Okay, yeah. Okay, perfect.
Half
And then
elf is best elf.
Okay, yeah, just like, oh my god. And then just kind of pacing back and forth.
Billy says, "Of course, this is quite the inconvenience for all of you, and I do appreciate you taking this job. Of course, I will pay you 100 platinum each to accomplish this for us, for Michael. And once they're there down in Waterdeep, hopefully they will have experienced enough to be okay on their own. And and uh, and so really just see Michael safely to Waterdeep, and if there is mischief on the way, just make sure they don't get hurt."
Dia goes to where Billy's at and takes his hand.
Oh.
I did not really formally introduce myself, but I'm Dia Guha. My father, Avi, and my mother, Ria, king and queen of Mustari. I can't accept the platinum. I would prefer for it to go to these fine people. But the mission I will definitely assist with. My mother is a lover of music and dance. So she would love for me to be able to help someone else find their destiny, especially when it comes to music. So it'd be my pleasure to assist.
Victor kind of raises his hand. I'm not giving up my gold, my platinum. Sorry.
Oh, Victor, I forgot you were still here.
Yeah. Well, I sort of blend into the background sometimes, and
Yes, blending into the squirrel warehouse. Yeah.
you know, but Billy, yes, I believe I can help out with this. I definitely can assist you, and as Victor goes up to Billy and to take his hand, you see in a flash a short sword appear in Victor's hand and insert itself into Billy. I need everyone to roll initiative.
Whoa.
Okay.
That's my official response.
Wait, was I still? Now the thing is was I still holding on to Billy's hand?
No, you had let go of him, and he was going
Okay.
to shake his hand, and then
I was like, did this just happen when I'm like talking to Billy and I'm like,
no, there's been a little bit
stab?
of a break. Just
Okay.
stab.
Oh,
I was
God.
like-
oh, whatever. Okay, cool.
18 to initiative.
Okay, 1 second. Let me get a tracker here going.
See, I got the nat one out of the way, so I could roll good on initiative, and I'm gonna mess Victor up.
There you go,
for
yeah,
stabbing our
we're
good Billy Bo Bob Boom.
Yeah, Victor's gonna catch hands.
Squirrel combat.
I look at, yeah,
Dude,
devour him.
I mean, I do have sneak with animals. I could be like,
I
squirrels!
was gonna get a ring like that. Yeah, I was like, it'll never
Yeah.
come up. No reason to get it.
Friends, lend me your ears.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So let me.
Yeah, I definitely took speak with animals too, so we can summon the heck out of this
Lucky.
squirrel army if we need
Yeah.
to.
This is the first time I played a class where it's like, I got to speak with animals, I got to speak with plants. I'm gonna talk to everything. It's gonna be great. Mostly, I was thinking about how can I make Jonathan hate me? Oh, make him do voices for literally every
there you go.
organic thing we run across.
Look,
Yes.
look, I've got 2 people with a southern accent and 1 guy with a British accent. I'm not doing well, friends. I did this
You're
to
doing
myself.
great, buddy. You're
You got
doing
it.
You're
You got it.
wonderful.
Okay, so let's go. All right, 25 to 20 initiative.
22?
22.
I rolled. Oop, I covered it up. My bad.
Is that
16.
everyone from 25 to 20? Okay, 20 to 16.
got
19.
16.
Okay.
16.
So Dia has 18. Hector
Oh,
had
19.
19. Sorry. Hector had 18.
Yes.
And then, Karis did not make it on the thing. Let me do that here. Had 16. Lyric, what'd you get?
Oh, I got a 6.
Oh, no.
Lyric. Lyric was
Good old
totally
nat
caught
one.
off guard. Not ready for this at
Yeah.
all.
It's like, those are good lights. Wow, they're pretty cool.
He's watching squirrels. It's okay.
Yeah.
I can relate.
It's okay.
He's trying to figure out which one is
Victor
before.
earlier rolled a deception check for all of his bullshit, and he got a natural 20. Right
Oh.
on here on this here PAX die. So sorry.
What a bum.
Yeah, and
James
I
pass.
have all y'all's passive insight. I was like, oh dear. Oh no. All right, but let's see how he's doing in combat. Ooh. He's doing pretty good.
Dang it.
Let me bring up his
Victor, knock
And
it off.
TPK, everyone. Good session.
This
New
is
characters
Absolutely
next
not.
week.
It's gonna be fine.
It'll be fine. It will be fine.
Mhm.
Okay. So let's see. He is probably going to be going first. No, he is not going to be going first. Okay. This is why they don't do combat on live streams. Ooh, they did pretty good though. Okay. All right. So looks like top of the round is going to be Opal. As Billy has received this sword into his side, you see that it does a massive amount of damage to him. He is barely holding on as he's like, yippa, zippa, grippa, battle stations, ugh, as he falls over. Opal, it is your turn.
Cool. Victor, wearing armor?
Yes.
Metal armor. Very important.
I like where this is going.
I know where this is going.
Leather. I don't think that counts. I think
Oh, he's wearing
that-
leather armor?
he's wearing leathers. Yeah.
That's upsetting. But
Like, is it studded leather with like metal?
It is
No.
studded leather. So I'm not sure how that.
if you'll allow it, otherwise I'm doing it to his sword, which is clearly metal.
Okay.
But I'd like to heat metal this awful human being.
I will say that if you try to heat metal his armor, he will have resistance to the damage. But if you heat,
I'll go with the sword then, so that way
Sure.
then we risk dropping it. So
all right.
so that is, where is it? Oh, he just takes the damage when I cast the spell. There's no rolling. I thought there'd be a save. All right, he's gonna take some fire damage from his sword then.
Okay.
And then
The save is to see if he drops it.
yeah, the
Right.
save is to see if he drops it. This is not so. We'll start with the damage part. Oh God, 7, and then so that is 9 points of fire damage.
All right.
And then yeah, Constitution saving throw to see. Constitution saving throw to see if he drops it. Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. So con save for this guy. Let's see. He doesn't get any. And what was the DC?
DC is 16.
You see, you cast your spell, and as he holds onto this sword, he does not look mad as he's done this. His expression is just completely neutral. But when he feels the heat on his sword, he looks at you and he is he narrows his eyes at you, Opal.
Cool. I do that, give him the raised eyebrow, pull out my rapier and point it at him. It's like, I'm sorry. I think we're gonna have a problem here, darling.
All right. And is that everything on your turn?
And then I'm not used to playing playing somebody who has bonus actions. This is wild. I am gonna look over to Hector and be like, sweetheart, I think this is your real time to shine. Give him a little wink and give you a bardic inspiration.
Yeah. Here we
Thank you.
go.
And that will be it for me.
All right. At 21, Victor is going to go, and he is going to be unhappy with this. So he is going to. You see him in his other hand drop what looks like a smooth stone as he pulls 2 daggers from his belt. You do notice that the sword, when you heat it up, it kind of sizzles as if there's something on the blade. But he is going to go to who is the most. Well, you just attacked him, so he's going to go for you, Opal. So
Bring it,
you
Victor.
guys, just to sort of set the scene of combat, you guys have we're all sort of sitting together, no more than 5 feet apart from each other. Uh, uh, Billy had been sort of standing away from the group as he was telling his story. Daya had just been standing there, so she is, while not holding his hand, still close to Billy. So Billy is sort of in between Daya and where Victor is now. So Victor moves back towards the couch. You have stood up and stabbed him and heat metaled him. So he is going to try and stab you with one of his daggers. What is your AC?
Not good. It's 13.
Oh man.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a
He's
problem.
still gonna miss
Oh
because
yeah.
he rolled a 2.
It's all those blisters on his hand from his sword heating up.
His second hit does not miss though. But you have taken a turn, so he doesn't get to sneak attack you. And you take 5 points of piercing damage, and then he's gonna he brings around his other dagger, and you manage to just get out of the way, so he misses with that. And then he doesn't actually have dang it, I thought he had where you could run away as a bonus action. He doesn't. Okay, he stands there and is about to take it. Yeah, he's he didn't think this one through. Or maybe he did. Let's see. So that is his turn. Actually, he is going to try and move away from you and move back over Billy's corpse. So,
Oh, it's a corpse now.
Oh, it's like
not a corpse. I'm sorry.
Okay.
No, Billy's body.
like,
No, he's.
No.
I would have. He's a pretty high level artificer, so he's doing okay. It's just he took a lot of damage off of
Not
an
William
assassinated attack.
Beauregard, Robert
Wait.
Keebler.
We'll need to fix that, but it's
Yeah,
still
yeah.
fixable.
We'll,
Okay.
I
you'll
was
be
just
fine.
like, not his corpse.
I'm sorry. There was a
You just ruined
storyline where he
us.
dies at this point, but I'm
Rotting
like, nah,
corpse.
that's too
Yeah.
dark. So
No.
he goes back towards where Billy is lying, and so
Wait, opportunity for any one of us?
yes.
Opportunity attack?
So
Yeah.
opportunity from pretty much we'll say Opal, since he was standing right next to you, and then we'll say, how were you all sitting? I guess who was sitting next to Opal closest to Billy? I guess that's what we'll say.
I think I talked to Opal, so I was next to Opal in my mind, at least. Yeah.
And then I was closest probably to Billy because I had just grabbed his
Okay,
hands.
if both of you guys want to make an attack of opportunity, that's fine. Go ahead.
Take out my dragon claws, and I'm like, meow.
Okay.
Really?
I add.
Oh, natural 20. All right, well.
Oh, nice.
Does a
Nice.
26 hit?
A 26 definitely hits him.
Okay, cool. Then it'll be 6 points of damage.
6 points. Okay, he will take it.
I got a 19 to hit.
That will
Oof.
also hit.
Perfect. And that will be 9 points of piercing damage.
All right, he takes it.
That's right. Take it. Take it, Victor.
All right. Let's see, moving on down the line. Let me go ahead and put. I have a really janky initiative tracker right now, but
I need to probably roll because heat metal is concentration because I can do shenanigans with it. And I can
oh, right,
damage.
yeah.
That's a natural 16. So
So you
dirty 20.
took-
yeah. I
you-
took 5 damage. So
Yeah, you're
that's
fine.
yeah.
You're fine.
Okay.
Okay, so next up, after he makes his move, he sort of stands over Billy, and you notice his eyes flick towards the door, the front door. And on that note, it is Dia's turn.
Okay, and we have confirmed that our friend Billy is not a corpse, correct?
You see that he's down.
He's like because
But you do
Dia
see
would have
you do see
instantly looked
you
at
do
him.
see his chest rise or his back rise. So you're pretty sure he's not dead.
So she's basically like for a second because she didn't expect that to happen, but she instantly yells at Changa, and then like basically wipes like does a swipe of her hand of like across Billy's body. I'm gonna do bonus action healing word
Okay.
First at second level. So let me roll that to see how much he heals for. So that is 10 points of healing.
Okay. You see his eyes sort of flutter open, and he's and he's now awake.
And then she's going to then take her scimitar from where she kept it on her hip, and she's going to point in the direction. How dare you strike down an innocent in my presence? You shall feel my blade. And she's going to lunge forward to attack the evil Victor.
I feel like in the character selection screen of like Soul Calibur 16, Dia has just been chosen and the outfit has been chosen.
Yes. And that is 19 plus 8, so that is a 27 to hit.
Oh yeah, you definitely hit him.
Heck yeah. All right, so let's see here. What we got. Okay, so the first one is 9 points of slashing damage, and then she's going to strike again with her, or attempt to strike again with her blade, because she is furious.
Okay.
And then that is a 19.
That will also hit. His AC's not great, guys.
And then
he needed that sword he dropped.
That is 10 additional, as she did one swipe, and then she slashes down to try to cut through the jugular. So that's a total of 19.
Okay. So with that hit, as you slash across him, you see a gout of blood come out from the wound. And this is a good opportunity to go over one of the weird rules that I still use from 4th edition. It is the bloodied condition. So if I give you to let you know that an enemy has been bloodied, that means they are below or at or below half hit points. So Dia, you have bloodied this enemy.
And she's just staring directly at him after having yelled that and slashed him twice. And she's just giving him the evilest glare she can possibly give him to let him know that you're going down.
I look at Hector, I'm like, where did you find her?
I know, right? It's like
she can stay.
All right. So after Dia, it is Hector. You are up.
And then, okay, so he fiddles in his backpack and he's like, oh God. And he pulls out his like trumpet case and like unclicks the things and pulls out the trumpet and begins to like play like a mariachi song.
Have you even warmed up?
Yeah, right. So he like immediately just like whips it out. So he is going to like turn to Opal, he was like 5 feet away from, and then like play to her and do a healing word at first level, doing 7 healing to Opal. And then I'll like turn around over to where Victor is running to and try to do vicious mockery.
Okay.
It'll be the DC he needs to beat is a 15.
15. All right.
Please tell me with your trumpet vicious mockery is you taking the mute and going womp womp womp.
Yeah. Wah, wah, wah. Exactly.
All right. He is going to fail that save.
Okay. So then it'll be a whole 3 damage. So
he is thusly viciously mocked.
And then that is my turn. Yeah.
All right. So while you were fiddling with your trumpet case, Hector, you noticed that, or you heard some rumbling coming from the water side of these docks. And as your turn ends, the doors burst open, and 2 creatures that some of you may be familiar with stormed through the door. They appear to be, as best as you can see just in front of you, shark people. They are both wearing a plate armor that looks like it's been made from giant crabs, and they have like giant snail shells as pauldrons. And you see one of them has a stone in their hand, a smooth stone that is very similar to the one that that Victor dropped a second ago.
Uh-oh.
And as these 2 folks burst in, they yell in an executable language that sounds a lot like Hearthstone. And
what's the language by chance?
Murloc.
Sahiquin.
Oh, it's Sahiquin. Yeah. I turn Opal and I'm like,
yes.
I think we're in a bad neighborhood as I like keep playing the trumpet.
It looks like they just came up from the water. They are still sort of dripping with the river water from outside. And Victor looks at both of them and says, "Kill them. They're only bards."
Oh, ooh.
And so one of the Sahiquin blade masters is going to step to Dia, looks at your tiger, and they do the amphibious version of WTF, and they are going to roll a natural 1 on their first attack against you.
Bummer.
Does a 16 hit?
It just hits.
Just hits. Okay. So you are going to take 8 damage, 8 slashing damage.
Okay.
So that one is gonna attack you one more time. And what was your AC again?
16.
16. Okay. So the third attack almost just comes right in front of your nose, but you're able to lean back with your graceful steps and avoid it. The other one is going to go after Hector.
Well, you don't gotta do
That's
that.
a weird. That's a
fine.
weird
It's
looking
okay.
horn you got there, man. It doesn't like it. All right, so they are going to roll a 21 to hit.
Yeah, that'll definitely hit.
All right, and they are going to do 12 damage.
Oof. All right.
Next will miss. Last one will hit for 9 damage.
9 damage. Okay.
All right, and so Victor smiles and says, "We should be more than enough to deal with these." And the shark people like roar. Squawk. It's an amphibious shark-like squawk. They think it's a roar to them. And that is the end of their turns. It is now Karis. It's your turn.
It is. It sure is time for Karis. She is not happy. She is going to take one look at the closest shark fella, and she is going to pull out her crossbow. She is going to enter into a rage and fire
Yes.
her crossbow. And I don't know how this works. We're just going to add the +2 manually.
If
All
you've
right,
got
so
a melee weapon that's strength-based, you probably are close enough to use it.
I have my horns that
Okay.
are a melee weapon that are strength based.
Okay.
So yeah, I can do that. I can just run right at him and just horns down, run straight for his chest.
Awesome.
Oh, I thought you meant like a
Yes.
horn, like an instrument. I was like, oh my
no,
God.
no, actual horns.
Does
A
does
French
a
horn. Just,
24 hit?
A 24 does hit the. We'll say you hit the second Sahiquin Blade Master.
Okay, for 6 damage.
6 damage. All right. All right, and you probably have 2 attacks. So if you've got another weapon that you can attack
Third.
with,
Yes, I do. I have my dagger. So we will pull the dagger out, and that I miss wildly. Like I was just not
Okay.
prepared to go for the stab. But so I miss wildly with the dagger. But the dagger's sure in my hand, and I am ticked the heck off.
all right. And finally, we get to Lyric. It's your turn.
Lyric is going to click his heels together, and his winged boots will let him fly up in the air. I don't know how tall the ceiling is.
The ceiling's pretty tall, so you've probably got at least 15 to 20 feet. It's one of those very high ceilinged warehouses.
Yeah.
So
All right, I'll go up 15 feet, and I'm going to go reach into my pocket, pull out 10 gold pieces, and just throw them, just straight up throw them at Victor.
mhm.
And oops, oh, my battery's dying. And right before they hit, there we go. Right before they hit, I'm going to cast Animate Object.
Nice.
Oh, you're one of these. Okay, all right.
I wasn't gonna, but Lyric is angry because of what Victor did with Billy Bo Ba Boom.
All right.
There's the issue that my dice is also on my phone, and if I use my dice, it would cut out the video. Is anybody else able to roll 10d4 for me?
I would love to.
ND4?
10d4.
Yes,
That's
that's why
wow.
he got the comment of, "Oh, you're one of those."
The 10d4 plus, or it's a d4 plus 4 for each of the attacks, so it's
It's
something
still
crazy.
counting. That came to 28. Well,
Okay,
28 on the 10d4.
Okay,
So whatever you
28
just
on
said
the
to add it into.
10d4.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure it's that thing closed on me. I'm pretty sure it's a plus. Let's just say it's a +1 to each of those, because I don't know if it's actually +4. So let's say it's another 10 on
so-
that. That'd be
so
38.
38. All right. Does he get a
It might be a
save,
lot
like a
more
dex
than that,
save or
but let's do
anything?
that.
Let me.
I'm an idiot. Each of them has to roll an attack. I don't suppose you can roll me 10 attacks as well.
What do you need? Tell me what dice.
D20s and
D20 10 times.
and roll more than 15. 15 total, whatever plus whatever your spellcasting modifier is.
Yeah.
So you need
it's
to
a
roll
+8
how many
to attack.
d20s?
10 of them.
10
10.
d20s plus 8.
So wait, so you have to roll a 7. If you roll 7 or higher, it hits.
Right.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Do you want to do
So,
5 of them and I'll do 5 of them?
I-
Split.
Yeah,
I
so
divide
I
and
do,
conquer?
yes.
Split the load there.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And the breakdown should show you in
Alright.
each individual roll.
1 hit, 2 hits,
Okay.
3 hits. That one misses. 4 of my 5 hit.
Okay, what does it need to hit?
You have to roll a 7 or
15.
higher.
7 or higher. So I got 1, 2, 3 out of my 5.
Okay, so 7 hits total. We'll just go ahead and take the go ahead and roll pick 7 of those d4s and we'll use those.
Just pick 7 of the d4s that were rolled.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or take away
Uh,
3 of them, whichever is easier.
Yeah.
Probably just take out
Got
So it's 28. We'll just take away a 2, a 1.
Why don't we say 10? Like
Yeah.
a total of 10?
Yes, that sounds fine. So 18.
Yeah.
So still, it's 28 damage to Victor here, which is not good for him at all. Let's see if he's still up.
He was bloodied.
He was bloodied. He is barely standing.
There we go.
But at the Lyric, you flew, you threw a bunch of coins and significantly increased the difficulty of future encounters. Are you done?
I'm going to do I don't know if you guys can hear it okay, but I'm going to just do a quick inspiration for who had it already?
Hector
got
Hector
one.
currently has inspiration.
Hector. Okay. I'll just go with an easy one. Oh, I think that you found yourself a cheerleader. I am always right here to inspire. Oh, I think that you found yourself a cheerleader. I am always right here to inspire.
Yay!
Oh, thank you. You're so good.
All right.
Jen feel inspired right now. So.
Yeah, for sure.
So Hector, you have a choice, and I don't think we had gone over this as well. You can take the additional Bardic Inspiration die, or you can upgrade the die that you have. This is a custom rule that we are doing for this short campaign. You can either, like I said, take the new die or upgrade the one you have up to a D20.
I'll gamble and I'll upgrade. So it goes from an 8 to a 10? Or is
Yes.
it a...
Yeah,
Eight to a 10.
I gave you an 8. Yep.
Okay, perfect.
All right. At the bottom of the round, the squirrels.
It was 1d4 plus 4
Oh, okay.
Yay.
per attack, so it would have been a
Okay.
lot more, but we're
Jesus.
fine.
Yeah.
I'll remember that next time.
At the bottom of the round, the squirrels, hearing the call to battle stations, several of them run up to the rafters to those same weird spheres that were hanging from several intervals. Upon entering, it separates, and two barrels fly out of the sphere. As you see, sitting between them is one of the squirrels operating this defense turret.
Yes.
They
More
all
squirrels.
they all swing towards we'll say the uh the first Sahigan battle master and attack him doing 49 points of force damage as you see several force blasts erupt from different turrets in the ceiling and impact this Sahuagin who just entered the fray.
Girls do not mess around.
The uprising.
And you and you hear from the ground, "Good job," as for the purposes of this combat, Billy is not participating, but he's cheering on his squirrels. And
Aw.
yeah. Just when I was playing this character as an artificer, he had a turret that he could drop, and Chipper would go into the cockpit of that turret and operate it to blast it. So this is
I love him.
he upgraded. All right, so top of the round is Opal.
So Victor, he dropped the sword. He's
Dropped the sword, has not been able to pick it up, and it is not looking great. He is actually, as you look at him, he is definitely eyeing the door with a look of worry.
Cool. Just bards, huh? You got a little something on your armor there, buddy. And I would like to try to move around. Is it possible for me to position myself so that I can catch? I would like to catch him and hopefully at least one of the shark people in a 15-foot cube. And I'm trying without catching some of my friends. But if I can't do that, I'll just focus on this journey.
Let me, I do have a battle map here, so let me arrange you guys as you've been doing. So that is Mr. Not Appearing in This Combat. This guy is over here, and he had been going after Victor or Hector. Yeah, looks like you could get the second Sahuagin and Victor in a queue
Cool.
without getting anyone else.
Perfect. So I'm going to taunt him a little bit. I'm going to move into that spot. And I'm going to tuck my rapier under my arm. It's like, if I could have everyone's attention, please. And I'm going to clap, and a thunder wave comes out. So I need Constitution saving throws from them. And I'm doing this at 3rd level because why not?
Might as well. Okay, con save. What was the DC?
DC is 16.
16. He rolled a 14. Victor
Perfect.
did. The other one rolled lower. All right,
Even
go ahead and give me
better.
some thunder damage.
All right, give me that 4d8. Oh god, it's on the floor. Okay. That is 24 points of thunder damage.
It pushes back as well, right?
Yes, yeah. So for failures, get pushed 10 feet away from me.
And what it was 24, you said?
Yeah, 24 thunder damage.
Okay. So you see the once living Victor Cross, his body just get ragdolled into the wall as it is pushed by this thunderous force and just splatted unceremoniously in a really awkward pose on the side as it slides down. And you definitely get the impression he's not getting up from that.
Just bards.
All right. Victor was next. He's not anymore. Let me just remove him.
The artist formerly known as
chat.
Victor.
Now up is Dia.
Okay, and then our not shark friends, not baby sharks. Where the hell like what's the distance between where I am near Billy?
You were kind of positioned sort of. You had been fortunately out of the way. You are right next to where Victor was, so you're now right next to the second battle master or blade master, Sahuagin blade master.
Okay, so I'm just trying to make sure, what I'm gonna do if I'm able to do it is an area effect. So I just need to make sure that we don't have friendlies who are in that range of like
Creature.
15 feet. It's a cube of 15 feet. What I'm gonna be doing.
Yeah, you should. Let me go back to the map. I think you're good because, like, basically, Opal was above you, and you were below her in the map. So
Okay.
you still have the same field of fire, sort of. And you actually, your position to where you could probably get both. If it's like a 15-foot cube, you could
Yes.
get both Sequins in that cube without getting any more of your allies, because they came in, and so they're closer to the front of the room, and y'all were like sort of seated away from that. So
Okay.
yeah,
Perfect.
you can get them.
Okay, so I will need then a con save of 15 from both of the creatures.
Didn't work out well for them last time. Okay, so the first one I think is going to fail. Con. Yep, it's going to fail. The second one does roll an 18. So
Okay.
believe
So basically what you'll see is that Dia puts away her scimitar and then she goes into a deep plie.
Okay.
And then she's thrusting down the heels of her feet. And then she's going to rise up and clasp her hands together, and she's going to furiously start stomping. But it's basically she has gungurus, which are like anklets with bells. She's basically not only making music, but she's also too creating a thunder wave with the movement
Nice.
of her feet, which a lot of people will be familiar with, like Bharatanatyam style, for what she's doing as far
Right.
as like furiously moving her feet in that position once she stands up straight and tall. And that is going to be for the 4d8 damage.
Well,
So
So we apparently we have a max damage bit.
That's
thing
right.
that
Thanks to the
happened.
amazing Alicia Marie.
Yeah.
oh
she has bestowed upon you max damage for this roll. So you said
Oh!
4d8. I think that's
Yes.
going to be 32 damage.
Yeah.
Oh, perfect.
Hey!
So
Bodies
she just
explode. Yeah.
you just see her where she's going squatting down and then gracefully raises back up, clasps her hands, and furiously does that movement, and the waves basically pulse through the ground and straight at the shark person, and for that damage.
All right. So the first, the Sehuan that failed, was had been bloodied by the force cannon fires, and now is definitely not looking good. The other one, as the thunder wave overtakes them, you see ichor black liquid just jut from their mouth as they are also bloodied.
You shall
so-
learn the power of bards. And then that's pretty much what she says.
They
And
both
that's-
like it's not going to be their turn. They might not get another turn, and they both kind of like cower as they're like but it is Hector's turn, actually. So Sequin 1, not looking great. He is sort of on you guys right, the map's left, and Sequin 2 is on the opposite side of that.
Okay, perfect. Is there any of my allies within 5 feet of any of those targets? Or either of
Yes,
those?
they are a couple of let's see who is right there. So you have you are actually pretty close to one, but I think Opal is probably the closest to both of them. Or actually, I'm sorry, Dia is the closest to both of them.
Okay, and
He
is
was
Dia
able to-
is in 5 feet of one of them?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So whichever one that she's within 5 feet of, I'm gonna go ahead and attack that one, like head over there to go help out. So like
Okay.
marching band style, I'm just gonna like play my trumpet like while running down, and then I'm gonna go ahead and turn to. Oh, I guess I gotta. No, I'll help the homies. I'll turn to Opal and then give her a bardic inspiration for so it's a 1d8
Okay.
for you. And then I'm gonna go ahead and use my whip. So in one hand I'm playing the trumpet, and the other hand I have my whip, and I'm like whipping. So
I've seen this during Fiesta. Yeah.
yeah, there you go. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit. Ooh, that's nice. 25 versus AC.
That will hit.
Okay, perfect. So the reason I asked is about like if there's any of my allies within 5 feet of a target is because for my sneak attack, the like swashbuckler sort of like rogue subclass, as long as there's an ally within like 5 feet of an enemy, then I can use my sneak attack on them. So
Yes.
this one will be for basic damage it'll be 5, and then the sneak attack damage will be 7. Okay, so that's going to be 12, and then for Bardic Inspiration, that was a D10, and I could use it on damage.
Yeah, you can. Because you got it from me. You can add that to healing or to damage rolls.
So you said, oh wait, hang on. You said it's 12 total for sneak attack plus your base damage.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So yes.
And then it'll be 12 plus 7, so 19. So it'll be 19 damage.
It's fortunate you rolled above a 4 because that drops that Sequin as you go ahead and describe your whip attack on the Sequin.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull a Zorro and then put a H in his back as whip him, and then yeah, add a little flair to my trumpet as do that.
All right. Well, you have reduced the Sequin population of this warehouse by 1. And there's 1 left. He is bloodied. He's gonna try and run because he did not sign up for this. You hear cursing in a guttural language as he disengages from Dia once again. Actually,
I'm going
Dia
for that.
and Hector. I think Dia and Hector can both get attacks of opportunity in this case.
Is the one that I attacked the one that died?
Yes.
Bummer.
It'll be a 14 versus AC for my opportunity attack.
You scrape across his carapace, or it's not his carapace. It was someone else's carapace. It's now his.
His borrowed carapace.
Yes.
And then I had a 27 to hit.
That will most definitely hit.
Yeah. So basically, seeing that he's trying to flee, Dia basically unsheathes her scimitar with a flick of her wrist. She slashes down across his back since he's trying to get away. And let's see how much damage. And
give me those damages.
10 for that hit.
10 damages.
Because it's not, if we only get the 1, it's not 2 for the opportunity.
Right, exactly. Yeah. All right, so this Sahiguin is going to try and get away. And we'll just say, since we're going to be ending the combat, so we're not going to be getting to Lyric or Karis's turns, why don't we say he passes by your squares as well? So y'all can also roll attack of opportunities as he passes through your squares.
Me too, you said me?
Yeah, oh yeah, you, Karis and Lyric. Karis and Lyric, sorry.
Oh, that's a 15
I'll get
on
this
the
by
die.
episode 3, I promise.
19.
You hit against his the shell that he's wearing, and it's just almost able to penetrate, but just not quite.
Oh, really? 19 doesn't hit him. Dang.
It's full plate crab armor.
I got a 15 on the die though.
Must have been a lot of crabs.
If you rolled a 15, as long as you have above a +5 to your attack.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
then yeah, you're good. All right, go ahead and roll me some damages.
Okay. So it's a 1d8, and I'm going to add psychic blades to this as a College of Whispers.
Okay.
So that'll be an extra 3d6. That's my version of sneak attack.
Nice.
So here's the 1d8. 1, 2, 3 d6. That's 18 plus 3, so 21 damage.
21.
Some of that's psychic.
All right. He is just putting ichor all over the place as he exit. He is able to run through the door, and whether or not you pursue him, that will be a decision to be made next time.
Mm-hmm.
The squirrels get to shoot him?
Heck yeah. Stab their boss. They are ticked off little squirrels.
You did this, John.
All right.
You did
hang
this.
on. All right. Hang on. So he does have the movement to make it out of the warehouse. However, at the bottom of the round, we'll go right there. We'll say that one of the other turrets that you saw on the fence coming in, you hear several sounds of cannon blast.
Come on, squirrel
One of
buddies.
the squirrels is a Deadeye. He rolled a natural 20 on his
Yes!
attack.
Wow. Does he have
So
like a
you
sniper
hear-
rifle? Just like
You hear the same sorts of force blasts that you heard from the cannons in here, and you hear a scream and then sizzling as Billy sort of like lazily gets up. Do declare, what happened?
Buddy, you looks like you have some enemies, but we took care of them for you. It's
Victor
okay.
sucks.
Are you all right?
Oh, I'm good. But yeah, I think ooh.
so do we get Victor's portion now?
Yeah.
He just kind of looks. He's kind of like 1,000 yards staring out the door, and he just says, "Sure." And that's where we're going to pause for right now.
Nice.
Thank you all. Yes.
I was gonna say I'm getting weird deja vu because I was in the breakup and part of the acapella group that beat up Vince Vaughn, and now this. Don't mess with musicians.
Yeah, just roar.
Or squirrels, I guess.
Seriously, do not f with bards.
We showed them. We showed them.
When I was writing that little part, I'm like, I am going to tell an enemy is going to tell his friends, pointed towards a party of bards, they're just bards.
Oh,
And I really
fatal
wanted to
mistake,
that.
my friend.
And then we eat their faces.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us. We will be back at this time next week to continue our little adventure here. Once again, thank you to all my players, and thank you for everyone who's watching. I have no idea how many people watched us, but if you did, thank you so much for spending some time with us.
Thank you.
I don't know. Should we all say goodbye? I don't know.
Yeah.
Yes. The
Goodbye.
appropriate thing
And
to
thank,
do
and
is
thank
tell,
you.
tell us
Okay.
who you are, what you're doing, what you're up to, where we can find you. Starting with Jonathan.
Good plan.
Oh yeah. This is a good way to end. Okay. Well, I'm Jonathan. I'm normally on the Dungeon Drunks podcast, but you'll find me here for the next 4 weeks at twitch.tv.gildinglight, and occasionally you can see me over at the Dungeon Drunks Twitch channel doing some random Destiny stuff. We'll continue going from my left to your right.
Not the same. Tell us who.
Utahime.
Yes. Hi, guys. Utahime cosplay on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitch, and Brianna DeCosta on Twitter. You can catch me tonight for Insanely Rich
Woo!
Elves, which is taking place on Latinx and Games, and our Hector. Deangelo is going to be dimming that, and then this weekend on Saturday I'm going to be playing in a very special mythical Mortal Kombat melee where it's going to be me as Katana, Leash Marie Body is Melina. We got Sub-Zero, Casual Campbell, and then
The dreamy
Duralath
Duralath.
as Scorpion, and we're gonna be battling it out. So definitely you want to take a gander at that. That's gonna be taking place on Initiative Order at 6 p.m. Saturday. So yes, Pacific time.
Thank you, Hector. That seems like a good lead off to you.
Yeah. So as Utahime said, in a few hours, we're going to be going on Latinx and Games Twitch channel to do Insanely Wealthy Elves, bunch of super posh, obnoxious elves, awesome people who are going to be a part of the cast. And we're raising money for Stop AAPI
Asian
Hate.
yes.
Yeah. And trying to do good with, what with the resources that we have with us. You can find me on social media at _Deangelo. And yeah, I'm grateful to be here. I love this. It was super fun.
Oh, and we're also in Monday Initiative Order, a special Vault
yeah.
Fallout one shot that you will definitely want to tune into.
All
as
the
well.
things. Yeah.
Yes, all the things. Yeah, there we go.
All right, Jen, you're next.
I'm Jen. I'm the _Lozelda on Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch. I stream indies and oldies. So usually the weirder it is, the better. We've got murder mysteries going on right now. Then every other Saturday, I stream D&D with another group. And so all that stuff, I have a nice little handy schedule tab on my Twitch page. If you're like, I want to go see her more, it's all right there. And it's a good time.
Yeah, Vicki, go.
Vicki, I'm Glitter Havoc on Twitter and Instagram. I don't do anything else cool, but I post lots of neat pictures of plants and my dog.
Yay, plants and dogs.
I'm here for
All right.
it.
Finally, Sean.
Cool. Sean, I am at DonutDude777 on Twitter. I've got a YouTube channel where I play ukulele videos because that's what I do. And that's kind of where you can find me.
All right. Again, thank you guys. Check out the Kickstarter for the Battle of the Bards book. And we are super happy to be here. And we will see you next week. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.